And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's Coach's Corner time, and we've got Coach's Corners and player profiles for days with the Boardman Spartan Lady Cross Country team. We're starting things off with a head honcho himself, Mr. Rick Sypert. First year on the job, and my friend, you have done quite the job as now the trifecta, as you call it, the Suburban AAC and county champions this year. Congratulations, my friend. I'm proud of you. Very, very proud of you.
Very much appreciated.
What has the first year been like? I mean, you've done this in track for 9 years, and the first year in cross country. What are some of the similarities, some of the differences?
It's a lot. It's more relaxed than track is, but it's still just as challenging and as fun. Same kind of mindset. Playing the season backwards from state and just see what happens. A lot of the girls are familiar with what we do, so it was a kind of a seamless transition. And a challenging one too. I mean, anytime you're following a really good coach, you got to step your game up and try to. I told Coach Hunter after she resigned and we talked about me coming in, I said that I wasn't going to mess up a good thing. So I took that to heart and just put my best effort out there for the kids.
So it's always naturally about the kids, but it's always the kids that kind of throw the cogs in the wheel, so to speak. Yeah. These young ladies have been excellent for you. To speak about, the legacy they're leaving for this group of girls in 2022.
Well, this is a good group to coach. On the track, I coach sprints, and there's a lot of really dynamic personalities with the sprint groups.
Sure.
But with the distance kids, they're a lot more laid back, low maintenance. They just want to do good and, understand the plan and go for it every time. This is a good group. This is actually their third straight conference championship.
Wow.
So they're leaving a mark on the area there. So again, we just want to keep that rolling and have the good things keep coming to the kids. Again, that's why we do this stuff.
What was the motivation all year long for these young ladies?
Small but mighty was the theme. We have cheerleaders, we have volleyball players, we have soccer players, we have drama. We have everything, like drama, like the play drama.
Not like drama within the team. Got it.
Actually, we were just talking about that earlier. We had no drama this year, so it was great. But, I mean, with all the different things they do, that was the biggest challenge, but it all came together. I think at County, we had at Canfield for soccer that night, so we were down 2 bodies there, and then we had a couple injuries going. And we actually ran with the bare minimum for a team. We ran with 5 kids and we made it happen. So it was a pretty big day for them just doing that right there. So like I said, small but mighty, but they just found a way to get things done as the season progressed here.
The last time we talked was at the Spartan, and we talked about how difficult sometimes it is to get players, to runners, things of that nature, because it's tough to say, hey, you just want to go run for fun? You want to run in the woods? Or, how do you go and get and recruit from a standpoint, or do you hope that some of the kids will recruit their friends?
Well, a little bit of both. I'm on different kids all the time in the hallways. You just see the bodies that you think would be, a good runner, long, lean, or just anybody that's athletic, really. And then again, word of mouth goes a long way too. They want to be a part of something special. So as long as you keep making it special and unique for the kids, the bodies usually come. So hopefully we pump our numbers up a little bit next year. And our middle school program had the trifecta, the hat trick this year as well. So we're going to be getting an influx of pretty good runners from the middle school program as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really excited to just keep the thing rolling now at this point.
And Boardman is a special place all by itself, but when you can allow these girls to kind of look at the history of being a Spartan, the Spartan, obviously, race that you guys put on, which is phenomenal. What's kind of the pat on the back? I mean, do these girls want to see their names in lights, or they want to see their names in the record books?
I mean, I think they're all so humble that it wouldn't even faze too many of them.
Wow.
Like, we actually put a project, Coach Riccatelli and I and Denise Gorski and a couple of the parents from the past, we put together a record board this year for a top 25. And just in this room right now, there's 3 of the top 25 times ever sitting in this room right now. So, and we're talking about a pretty impressive record board. The women's head coach for NC State is the leader, the clubhouse leader, and they just won the national championship last season. So it's a pretty big,
it's a high bar.
it's a pretty hard, yeah, it's a pretty high bar. And her daughter actually runs professionally too. So it's a very high bar. And, you know, if you don't know the history of the program, we're going to try to teach a little bit more with these new boards and stuff like that out there.
There's a lot of people that maybe don't understand or just don't want to understand about cross country. What are some of the things that you hear and you just laugh to yourself about cross country runners and cross country coaches?
You know, that there's that stigma out there that our sport is your sport's punishment.
Yes, I hear that all the time.
But it's more than just running. It's not just running. You have to run. You have to train.
Yep.
It's not just running. It's training, and that's the big stigma behind it. It's not just going out there and pounding out, 20 miles at a time. There's a certain way you have to do things to make sure you're building strength, you're building speed, your VO2 max. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that come into it. So there's a little more science to the dynamic. Luckily, I have a great staff that helps me out. And again, your team is only as good as your staff. And
talk about that staff. I mean, great opportunity.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Tori Moore was our transit. She was on the staff for multiple years with Stacy Hunter, so she stayed on with us. The girls trust her; they love her to death. Fantastic Spartan alumni again. I have a track record book, and you'll find her name in there as well. She's a great kid, great runner. She actually one of the first classes I coached at Boardman. Scott Denham, he ran at YSU. He was a state qualifier from Oregon Clay. He coached at YSU, and I'm lucky enough to have him as my right-hand man as well. So, and again, they're all people that help me out with track, and, you're only as good as your staff around you. So I'm sure you know that.
I know 100%. Yeah. I know there's a guy in this room that's pretty doggone good on my staff. So, so from a standpoint of coaching girls, it's way different. I hear every coach that coaches boys and coaches girls talks about the difference. Girls listen better. And they work harder for you. True? False?
That is 100% accurate.
Nailed it.
And I'll take it one step further. Girls are by far way tougher than boys too.
Wow.
Anytime. I can throw any workout at the girls. I can beat them up as much as I want.
Yep.
And like Abby Mihawk is famous for yelling, "It's not that bad. Let's keep going."
Yeah.
And then I have boys that will be like, "Yeah, I'm done. Sorry,
that's it.
I'm bagging it today." Yeah. So girls are tougher, and they just want to make it a good environment. They buy into the culture, and it's about the team. I really believe that.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want one word that describes this team specifically.
The irony of it is they are a team.
Okay.
They're a team. They work together. Like I said, they have each other's backs. Good days, they're happy and go lucky. Bad days, they'll pick each other up no matter what the situation is. I mean, they do stuff together. I mean, we did a volleyball game together last week. They had a sleepover after it. They went to they were supposed to go to the Maze Craze thing after, but I don't think that came together. But they're always together, picking each other up. I mean, they get it. They go through the training together. They know they have each other's backs, and it's just an impressive thing to see happen.
Coach Rick Sypert, we appreciate you so much stopping by, coming all the way down to Stream City, and taking some time to talk about your team. Appreciate you, and congratulations on all your success.
Appreciate you guys supporting everybody. They get a lot of recognition that they deserve, so we really appreciate you guys being around.
Absolutely. We'll do it again next year at the Spartan.
Sounds good. Thanks, Coach.